Hello YouTube, this is ACIoannina and you're watching an Assassinate session on Boston North End. First of all, I would like to thank every one of those 50 people who have subscribed to my channel so far. You give me strength, you are the reason I'm doing all this. Also, I would like to thank the people who comment on my videos, whether they agree or disagree with what I'm saying. After all, if we always agree with each other, then we can learn from each other. These 50 subscriptions came faster than I expected them, so I didn't have enough time to prepare a proper 50 subscriber special, but it is coming, so rest assured. Ever since the release of Assassin's Creed 2 and the introduction of the always online DRM, I've been telling people that this was the first step for Ubisoft on a darker path. It could turn into a Trojan horse that could potentially allow Ubisoft to monitor us, check the programs that are running in the background of our computers, check the contents of our hard drives, or even our internet browsers. People dismissed that back then, saying that those things had been tried before by other companies and backfired. Now, however, Ubisoft has made a new license agreement in order to be able to play their games and access their websites. This license agreement wants us to allow Ubisoft unlimited access to our personal information to store, process, and share with their partners. It also says that in case of any dispute, the courts of England are the only way to resolve those disputes. What that means is that if we don't like what they're doing with our privacy after accepting this, we have no legal rights to try the case in our own country that may have stricter laws about privacy. In short, they want us to forfeit our legal rights in our countries so they can do whatever the hell they want. According to a forum member, after accepting this agreement, Uplay started accessing his internet browser, his history and cookies. Since no one bothered to deny it, I'm inclined to believe it's true, because I wouldn't put it past Ubisoft to do something like that. Granted, Ubisoft has millions of customers worldwide, whose data will probably never be seen by any human. But the truth is, I don't care about that. I have nothing to hide. So, if I don't have a problem doing something, then I don't have a problem admitting to it. However, that doesn't mean that I'm going to allow any company who wants to exploit me in such a demeaning way to do as they please. So far, there is an option to decide later, but they will probably remove that option soon and force us to either agree or stop playing the games we paid for. So I took it to the extreme, just in case. I made a new Windows installation on another hard drive, isolated that operating system from the rest of my computer, and I will only use it to play Assassin's Creed games, record them, and of course Skype with the people I'm playing with. I did this as my own type of little DRM to protect my intellectual property against the predatory appetites of Ubisoft. After all, this in a way constitutes as piracy, because they're trying to exploit our private information for their own selfish purposes. I obviously don't trust Ubisoft, and I don't approve the way it is run, and I'm not alone in this. More and more people have started to compare Ubisoft to EA, saying that they're getting more like them or even worse than them. Is there any way for this company to regain our trust? Probably not at this point. But in my opinion, the best way would be to remove their CEO and replace him with someone else, but that's never going to happen anyway. Things that could help with their reputation would be first of all to remove that ridiculous new license agreement. Then they should also try to stop lying to their customers, especially about the release dates of the PC ports of their games. After all, they do that with every game. That is lying. Delaying the games at the last possible moment, for piracy reasons obviously, though they never admit it. Another company whose games I do buy admitted that they are delaying the PC release because of piracy, and no one even blinked about it. They accepted it just because it was true. Also, another good thing to do would be to provide their customers with the content they have actually paid for. They sell deluxe editions or season passes, but they forget to provide their customers with the content, with that content. At least they claim that it's the retailer's responsibility to provide people with this content, but it doesn't seem like they notified their retailers about that. I eventually did get the Battle Hardened DLC from my retailer, but that took far more effort than it required. They should also make sure that they release working games, or when there are problems, they should keep their customers in the loop. When AC3 got released, the multiplayer wasn't working for like 10 days, and no one even said anything about it. I know that they were working on it, but they never said anything about it. And let's not forget about the lack of support for their games. The so-called holiday patch wasn't released until the middle of January, and it didn't really fix much. In fact, the bug that the first DLC caused is still not fixed. People who installed the first DLC, at least a lot of them, still don't have any sound on their single player. Now, rumor has it that they bought THQ. THQ was the company that owned the Darksiders franchise, another franchise that I really love, and one that I'm afraid will probably be destroyed in the aftermath. Sure, I do like multiplayer games, but I don't think it would fit a Darksiders game to have a multiplayer, and even if it did, I wouldn't want it made by Ubisoft. Anyway, as we get closer to the end of the match, I should mention something about the person who is currently in the first place. On the match after that, at some point there were only the two of us left, on a 1v1. He sent me a friend request and a message to gloat that he was winning on the 1v1, and of course he was. He has 16 times the experience that I have on the game. On Prestige 1, he's Prestige 16. Of course he would win. That only shows that he has a lot more time to play games than I do, so it's expected for him to be better. That's nothing to gloat about. It was a funny exchange before he blocked me after he sent me that friend request. Anyway, thank you for watching my video. Please comment. I would be interested to know what you think about everything I said. And happy gaming. Goodbye.